This is round 3 of the league. I went 1-1 against Psychotog in the first two. Didn't get good recordings though, so hopefully this one works out. And man, I wish I were going second. I don't think I could keep this. It's too risky. Maybe if it had survival, I'd be tempted. Oh, look at that. That did not work out in my favor. All right. Hopefully I can make this happen. I'll get rid of Masticore, and I'll get rid of Genesis. Lead with Swamp so I don't get Wastelanded. And hopefully what they have is not super good. Oh, Coastal Tower, that's not the kind of deck that I want to slow weak hand against. Yeah, if they play Standstill, it's probably just over. Seal of Cleansing, that could have been worse. Nothing to do but bird and end. Don't think I've seen that island before. It's pretty cool. Anyway, let's play Deranged Hermit. Good to get ahead of a Humility if it's coming. Nope, it's Wrath. Wall of Blossoms. Yeah, this hand just doesn't have the fuel, I think. Land draws are awkward too. Parallax Tide. It doesn't matter which lands they were now. It's not completely out of the question that I draw out of it, but it really looks like it's not going to end well. Yeah, just going to wait for them to do something that prompts a concession. It's not impossible that they just draw a bunch of reactive stuff and then I eventually punch through with discard, though. There's a little bit of hope left. Yeah, the sequence of Wrath of God into Tide combo, either on its own is easy to recover from. Well, not easy, but recoverable, at least with like a 7-card hand. But yeah, just one into the other. Missing the lands over and over, but yeah, they aren't doing anything proactive. They're just playing lands. They aren't even Mishra's Factory. Impulse is super dangerous, though. If they hit like a Factor of Fiction or like a Decree of Justice, it's going to be a big problem. So miss again. Discard Baloth. Swords on Wall just to start getting attacks, and it looks like. Standstill. That's really bad for me. Go to 15. Discard the Hypnotist. I'll count on getting it back with Nightmare eventually, if it ever comes into the picture. Yeah, this is a weird place to be. I'm discard this therapy. At least I can flash it back. There we are. Play a bird. Hardcast Decree. No, Humility. Yeah, that's enough. I'm not going to beat Humility. Right, one down. This is generally a very good matchup in my experience, so hopefully I can just take down games 2 and 3. Yeah, the mana just did not show up there. Let's get rid of those two. Get rid of that. Fiend. Lyrist. At least a couple naturalize. Get rid of a couple Wall of Roots. Makes me a bit less vulnerable to their mass removal. Put in another Tempting Worm. How do I want to change it at this point? I need everything in the 1 slot. And the 2s, I could conceivably cut another Wall of Roots. And I would like another Tempting Worm and naturalize. Octavia Orangutan. With a bunch of naturalizes around and Vigilante still on hand, I could conceivably get rid of it. They might have some, like Tormod Scriptor or Furnace or whatever, but I'll still have like 4 cards to take it down with. Shredder I need for a big Hardcast Decree or for Exalted Angel. I want my Hermits, my Genesis, my Hypnotist. Yeah, the deck is kind of packed. Let's cut that and put in... Yeah, Naturalize seems like the right call here. Do I want to squeeze in the 4th Tempting Worm? Probably not. I'm going to try without it. Yep, that I can try. All right, I want to name probably Seal of Cleansing. It's either Seal of Cleansing or Standstill. Those cards both really mess me up. They might have a null, but I don't know, I feel like they probably have at least 3 Seal of Cleansing, probably 4 at this point. Yeah, they've got a null. That did not play out the way I wanted. Would have missed on Standstill also. Hopefully they play a Seal so I can do something productive. Nope. Play Orangutan. I'm going to end the turn. I want my Therapy Flashback to be turn of the survival. Plus, I don't have a creature at this point. Oh, I shouldn't have crossed off the Impulse. They have not used that yet. Standstill is an issue. Just I drew my creature, so I'll attack. Flashback therapy. Hopefully they just draw a bunch of additional nulls. A lot of strong stuff in there. I'll just have to try and overpower it. Alright, queue up Genesis here. I discarded a Dust Bowl. There's a little bit of value for me. Yeah, I'll do Mesmeric Fiend, I think. Go for that right now. Mana leak. That is no problem. Good exchange. Do I bother with the Lyrist? We'll use Swords to Plowshares on it and I'll be rid of the swords. Yeah. That's really bad. Playing this Standstill without Swordsing my Lyrist. Can't complain about that. Play a land. And end the turn. Giving me the cards. Nice. Yeah, maybe I'll get back in this way. 2 damage coming in. Go get ranged hermit. Start with an attack. Nice. Yeah, I'm just going to take all of it, so the order doesn't matter. Parallax Tide. Hermit. Take down the seal. Not the greatest draw. Not terrible, though. Probably have a fair amount of other ways to get rid of my existing survival. Do I want to duress now? No, I'd rather wait. I'll just play survival and end the turn. Maybe I should. Yeah, I probably should get that 4th tempting worm in. Yeah, I'll just pass the turn again. Counterspell and Mana Leak. Right, take down the counterspell. Therapy the Mana Leak. If I had the mana for it, I would love to get the other Deranged Hermit. But I'm just going to get a Tempting Worm. Is that what I want? Yeah, it is. Nice. Something to naturalize. There we are. Now they're just dead. Okay, well, that one went well. Tempting Worm could be over. Maybe the third naturalize. I mean, 2 is still a fair number, especially when backed up by the creatures. A little bit tempted to take out the Bone Shredder, but yeah, Big Decree can just be really awful. This hand is not good. This hand is also not good, but just can't go deeper than this. It's going to be a grindy match. Certainly find time to make use of the land. Well, maybe not that many land. Yeah, I really need to start drawing well here. I guess they didn't play a standstill. That was really lucky when they broke it last game. I think they just had a little lapse of attention. That couldn't have possibly been intentional. All right. Yeah, I'm going to lose here. Interesting way for the league to start. Psychotog, and then Landstill. Do I dare to play Genesis? Yeah, I think I do. Split it like that. Yep, that is not a surprise, unfortunately. All right. I guess it's Tempting Worm time. That's what my deck has to offer. Can't play that second one, though, with the Mana Leak. Humility. That's funny. Do I just play the worm into the Mana Leak then? Yeah, I think I will. I'm going to try for it. Interesting. Yeah, I'll pass the turn now. Split it like that. Yeah, it doesn't really matter much at this point. We got Swords, Impulse, and Mana Leak. I'll name Impulse. They have an annul. Okay. Play Bird as a 1/1. Attack with a worm. Should have attacked with a worm first, but it just doesn't matter. There's the Wrath. There's the Waste. Swords, Mana Leak, Annul. 4 damage coming in per turn. Really need to get something going here. Yep, I'll attack, then play the Morph. Yeah, maybe I should have kept that third Naturalize. The previous game, it took an incredibly long time to have something to do with it. And humility is probably a one of. There's other stuff here like the seal of cleansing, but still. Yeah, I probably should have just cut the fourth wall of roots. Oh, that's not what I had in mind. Let's play this. Mana leak. Alright. Leave my black open, so it looks like I have more discard. Yeah, them using Mana Leak was really good for me. Hit a null here. Just an extra card with the therapy. Enlightened Tutor. That's interesting. I'll flash it back. Do I want to sacrifice the Graveborn Muse? Yeah. Alright, I think it's time to call it.